Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start our fourth chapter of the book, The First Flight, that is from the diary of Anne Frank. And I hope you are aware with the name Anne Frank because you must have read it in your earlier classes. Also, you must have read the novels that book, or many of the places we hear the name Anne Frank. But if you have not heard, this is in your chapter now, and you are going to know about Anne Frank. So the very first thing which we have to know before starting the chapter, who was Anne Frank? She was a Jewish girl, and she wrote these pages of diary when she was in concentration camp. Now, before starting the chapter, it should be clear in your mind what are the concentration camps. Concentration camps were made during World War II. During World War II, this you must have studied or you must have heard. World War II was fought between 1939 to 1945, and Hitler was in power that time. And Hitler is, we all know, he was a greatest dictator, he famous dictator. So he used to hate Jews. And this girl was also from Jewish family. So he has that time he had made so many concentration camp for these people. He has slaughtered lakhs of Jews and tortured them, killed them, burned them. So many things he has done. So their condition was very pathetic. And these people he kept in concentration camp. And she also used to live there with her family. And there she wrote these pages of her diary. And she died because of a disease called typhus. But after that, her father got this diary pages and he published it. And that is why this chapter is there in your book. So let us see more pictures of Anne Frank. She is Anne Frank. And as I have already told you, when was she born? Now see, these are the pictures of Hitler and the concentration camp. This is the place Amsterdam where they used to live. And these are the pictures from concentration camps, which are not in your book, in your chapter, but you should be aware of these things also before reading the chapter and understanding it. This was Anne's room where she used to live with her family, and this is her book which was published after her death, The Diary of Young Girl. So she was a Jewish girl, and this diary she wrote during German occupation of the Netherlands in World War II. So let us see more here. Picture typhus. She died of typhus, that is an infection disease. And after her death, these books were published. See, you can see the original pages of her diary and the diary of Anne Frank. And when you talk about this diary was given to her on her 13th birthday. The diary was given to Anne Frank for her 13th birthday and chronicles the events of her life from this 12 June 1940 until its final entry of August 1944. So for these many years she wrote the diary. It was eventually translated from its original Dutch into many languages and became one of the world's most widely read books. There have been also several films, television and theatrical production, and even an opera based on the diary. So you can see, originally she is written in Dutch language. After that it was translated in many of the language. Even the theater was also done and movies are also there. Opera was also based on this diary. So you can see this picture. She was the Holocaust victim there. So many children, other children were also there. Now we start the chapter. You can also open your book, page number 50. Okay, writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me, not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will understand in the musings of 13-year-old schoolgirl. Oh well, it does not matter. I feel like writing and I haven't ever even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. So she says it is a very wonderful experience. And you people also should write diary, because when you write diary you feel so comfortable. You can pour out your feelings, your emotions, and so many things you can write in that. So she also says that it is a very strange experience for me. Otherwise, she used to think that no one will be interested in the musing. Musing means, is written here, a period of reflection or thoughts. So she used to think that nobody would be interested in listening or reading about the thoughts of 13-year-old schoolgirl. Oh well, it does not matter. I feel like writing, and I have an even greater need to get all kind of things off my chest. She said, I don't worry if nobody wants to listen to me, but I have this need to write diary because I have so many things inside of my in my chest, and I want to bring them out. Paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. So she says, one day when I was sitting at my home, I was very depressed, I was sad, and I thought that paper has more patience than people. Definitely, when you will see in your life also, paper has more patience than people, because when you talk to people, when you talk to your parents, you talk to your friends, maybe they would not listen to you carefully, maybe they will be angry, they will scold you. There are so many things. But paper, if you pour out your feeling in paper, paper would not say anything. So it means paper has more patience. I finally stayed where I was brooding. Brooding means Brooding means engage in or showing deep thought about something that makes one sad, angry, and worried. So she was thinking, she was angry, she was sad, and sitting listless, bored and listless. Listless means with no energy and interest. So she was feeling very bored, and she thought this paper has more patience. Yes, paper does have more patience, and since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stubbed back notebook, grandly referred to as a diary, and she said, yes, I will write all the things, but I'll never give it to anyone to read it, never allow anyone to read it, unless I should ever find a real friend. Only I will show this diary to my real friend. It probably won't make a bit of difference. Now I'm back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. So she said, I wanted to have a diary, I want to write in a diary because I do not have a friend. So that's why I am going to write the diary. Prompted me, provoke. She was provoked to write the diary because she did not have any friend. Okay, we'll move to the next. Let me put it more clearly. Since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. She said, I want to tell you clearly that you will not believe also that 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. Because generally, I don't think what's your age would be more than 13, but children of 12, 13, 14, teenagers, they have lot of friends in their life, but she was alone, she did not have any friends. So that's why she said nobody will believe it. And I am not. I have loving parents and 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. She said, it's not like that I don't have people in my life. I have parents, I have sister, I have brother. I have 30 people whom I can call friend. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home. No, on the surface I seem to have everything except my one true friend. So she says, I have everybody. See the picture of the family. I have my family also, I have aunt also, I have sister also, I have 30 people whom I can call friend. But I do not have a real, and I do not have a true friend. So she made this diary her friend. All I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. Whenever I'm with friend, I just talk ordinary things. We don't seem to be able to get any closer. And that's the problem. Maybe it's my fault that we do not confide in each other. She said, I have many friends, but when we talk to each other, we just talk normally. And maybe it's my problem because we do not confide in each other. Confide means to tell personal things privately to a person that one trusts. So actually you also have so many friends in your class or in your neighborhood, so many friends in your life, but close friend and true friend is totally different, because with true friend and close friend you can share everything, your private things, private talks, whatever coming in your mind, may it be good, may it be bad, may it be negative, may it be positive, everything you can share. So she says, maybe my problem, I can't do that. In any case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately they are not liable to change. This is why I have started the diary. Liable to change means likely to change. She said, this is my life, I don't think it is going to change, so that's why I have started a diary to have my friend. To enhance the image of this long awaited friend in my imagination, I do not want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would do. Jot down means note down. She said, I don't want to note down like other people do, but I want the diary to be my friend, and I am going to call this friend Kitty. So she has started writing the diary, and diary was her friend, and she has given the name also to diary, that was Kitty. Since no one would understand a word of my story to Kitty if I were to plunge right in, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. She said, um, since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty if I were to plunge right in. She said, if I quickly start writing, nobody will understand about this. So that's why I'm telling about these all the things. I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. So she's telling about all the things so that people will understand about who is Kitty and how she started. My father, the most adorable father I have ever seen, did not marry my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. So she is telling about her family and all, just to give the brief sketch so that we people, or the people those who read, they understand it. So she said, my father did not marry until he was 36 and she was 25. My sister Margot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12th June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. My father immigrated to Holland in 1933. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margaret and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. So father and mother, they went from the place to Holland, and she used to live with her grandmother with her sister. Margaret went to Holland in December and I followed in February, when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present of Margot. So she said, the diary she's telling about when she got, and she's telling about her family. Plunk mean to put down. So she said, I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margot was her sister. Okay, so she was there. She was put down there for the birthday present for her sister. I started right away at the Montessori Nursery School. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. In the sixth form, my teacher was Mrs. Capri. So she's telling about her classes. First class, second class. The headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in the tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. They both, teacher and student, they both felt bad because she has to go from the school. In the summer of 1941, grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration. So that year in 1941, grandma was not well. So her birthday was not a grand celebration, but the little one. So you must have understood about the background of Anne Frank's family and about how she got the diary. So at last she said goodbye, as this emoji shows. So she went from the school where she was studying, and grandma also was not well. Her birthday was not celebrated. A little celebration was there. So rest of the things we'll do in next video. Have a good day. Take care. Stay home and stay safe.